VR Days Europe 2017, the third day. I'm right here next to Marco DeMiroz, the co-founder of VR Fund. Can you tell us, sir, what is your fund doing?
So we are an early stage venture fund located in Silicon Valley and Los Angeles, solely dedicated to invest in AR, MR, and VR companies. We do early stage investments, typically Series A or seed round investments.
Yeah, you're pretty young. You have very interesting.
We're 20 months old. So
Yeah.
we're 20 months old.
Yeah.
We're pretty young, but we've been very active investing in space. So far, we made 21 investments.
Yeah, some of them super interesting. What are the most interesting, you think?
For me, they're all interesting, but I'll give you some highlights. We have about out of 21, 7 of them are enterprise VR, and I'll mention some of them. One of them has been very effective curing lazy eye. A company called Vivid Vision. It has over 60% success rate with adults, which is unheard of. And there's no surgery. Basically, based on their VR setup, you train your eye and then correct your vision, which is transformative and life-changing. And their companies like Spaces, they create a massive, large-scale, location-based entertainment. We have Virtualytics, which is big data visualization in VR. You and I can go into our e-commerce or retail data and look at the user dynamics and how they're behaving in VR. We can invite our colleagues from US and New Zealand and wherever they might be. Another one would be Mindshow, which is a user-generated content platform. You can create characters and tell stories in VR, and really you write your own story and play in it at the same time. And then we have Limitless, which creates a very intelligent AI-based characters in VR. We're investors in 2 companies in Finland, Varjo, which has software hardware layer to give you retina quality HMDs, and Visor, which has a web VR platform for creating content. And we also have Modebot, which is voice activated. You can create metaverses. You can say, create a city for me, have elephants, you can make the elephants fly, you can have pink zebras. So it's really a very whimsical, very creative environment. It's called Modebot. So those are some of the highlights.
You're really helping to change the landscape, together also with other funds. Where do you think it will go, and where are we now?
We're in very early stages right now. Our perspective has always been this has been a 5 to 10 year model. If you look at the smartphones, it took about 5 years to have 1 billion smartphones globally, and VR, AR are growing much faster. But the VR side is, I would say, maybe beginning phase and a little bit beyond. AR is just starting with the AR Kit and AR Core. Ultimate vision for us is we'll have a single device, like a not big, but maybe thicker glasses, Ray-Ban glasses, for example, that could give you multi-mode capabilities. You can do AR and VR and MR at the same time. But we're in early stages. For us, it's very exciting times, actually. Everybody is coming into market. The amount of investment from corporations, from Alibaba to Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Tencent, and then the European companies, BMW, Audi, and others, it's been unprecedented. It's literally in tens of billions of dollars. AR and VR, or what we call XR, will transform our lives personally and professionally.
You are here now at the VR Days Europe.
Yes.
Co-founder is Daan de Wit. He announced the XRBasefund. What do you think?
It's exciting. Dan and Sarah, his co-founder, are very good friends of ours. And what they're doing is extremely important to Europe, because from our perspective, the quality of entrepreneurs between Europe and North America or Asia Pacific, very much the same. The difference is access to capital is much harder in Europe. In the US, especially Silicon Valley, you have about over 500 venture funds in a, say, 45-mile distance. And so you have a very established and sophisticated investment environment. Early stage dynamics for VR or AR and MR in Europe is quite difficult right now, because the investors are still learning the sector. So what Daan and Sarah, who you talked to earlier, what they're doing is extremely important to the ecosystem.
You are totally on top of things in VR.
I don't know, we're still learning.
No, but nevertheless, are there things that you learned here on the VR Days?
What I really learned is having another insights and really deep understanding of the entrepreneurial dynamics in Europe. I met with close to 20 companies so far. Probably I'll meet another 20 today. And the quality of ideas creative, sort of storytelling technologies coming out of Europe. They're all very exciting. So VR Days is really becoming, in my opinion, one of the top conferences to attend in Europe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.